Jonathan, how are we doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Always a good day when I see your smiling face, mate. How is your Monday hangover, race hangover?
So race hangover is strong as always. Still a bit tired from the weekend. But yeah, other than that, it's been good. It's been a nice day. How about yours?
Yeah, I tried to do a little bit less today. I was a bit worn out from yesterday, but Mondays are always busy for all our markets and stuff with people that have been out racing over the weekend. So yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. Not at the track today for me, so that was nice just to have a breather for a minute and then go back into it fresh again tomorrow. But it held up so well, and we haven't had any bad weather and stuff, so it's going to be nice to actually turn up there again and not have a load of stuff to do, I think.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome. I think is it meant to rain midweek though, or
Probably.
probably so. I was checking the weather because someone wanted to come up for a training day at the end of the week at our track, so I was like, yeah, Friday might be a goer, but we'll have to see because it's meant to rain a little bit on Wednesday, so depending on how much rain we get is how obviously dry it's going to be for the next few days. So, but yeah, weekend was good.
Weekend was good. I've just had a notification say we're live, so it's working, so that's good. We'll wait for a few more roll-ins to come in, and then we can do the Leroy shout-out. Cheers. Yeah, first of all, we've forgotten to do that bit. Cheers. What are we drinking?
That looks like Coke, John.
It is Coke Zero.
So I've got a nice glass of...
I lied.
Oh, there we go. Nice Stella tonight. I thought I'd mix it up again.
Does Liz need to worry about you drinking Stella?
Only later. When I get my vest on.
You might feel a bit fighty. Yeah, exactly. Get your wife beater on.
That's it.
I'll lend you my Nemo one that I cut the sleeves out of when we were doing the track. That feels quite fighty when you wear it.
Yeah, that would be dialed. That would work quite well, I think. It would match.
It's weird when you put those sorts of things on. It's like wearing a hood for me. I feel like I need to go and rob someone when I put a hoodie on. Not that I go around robbing people, just for clarity. But yeah, same when you put a sleeveless shirt on. You need to find a wife to beat.
Well, I'm going to go and buy a few more.
On that bombshell, it's time to end the show. No, so let's do some shout outs if it's working. Is that all working with you?
So we're all working over here. I'm going to do some shout outs. Davey Rolls was the first guy online tonight on my chat there. So evening, Davey. Leon Morel, he says, now then, boys. Obviously, Leon was missing from my pit crew this weekend. He was playing with real cars again. So hello, Leon. Yayan, avid watcher. He says, yo, guys. Kev Brunson says, good evening from Kev, Elise, and Claire. So good evening, all. Simon Lee says he's checking in. Checking in. Martin Walters gives a thumbs up. Lee Talbertini, he says hi. Nobby Lemoyne says evening, chaps. How do you reckon you say his surname?
You say Nobby. That's it.
Nobby, yes.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't need the surname.
All Bridgman says evening. I think it's Al Bridgman, obviously our good friend Digger has come down from Scotland, says evening. Luke Bennett says evening. Oh, DNA Racing, which is the Roscoes, says yo, mother truckers. He's probably one of the only mother truckers. Ewan and Roscoe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Talbot says Nemo Racing coming in your ears. That's what she said. Tim says evening, boys. Nice distorted camo top, John. Camo top, John. Did it look like a Bond villain or something at the moment?
Well, I feel like one, but just without a great big pad and a white cat to stroke. I could make do with Teddy, I suppose.
Yeah. Is Teddy there?
No.
I was going to say. Chris James says, evening, chaps. He said, good weekend, ? We'll obviously touch on that in a little while. Sean Berryman says, evening, hunks. Evening, Sean. Arvinder says, evening, chaps. Great day on Sunday and track was awesome. So thank you, Arvinder. Hope you had a good day. Davey Rules, is John covered in insulation tape?
Yes.
Gurdeep says, evening, guys. Gurdeep was there at the weekend. It was great to see him too. Ivan Bingham says, hi. Oliver Serdan, obviously French. I'm probably saying it wrong. Sorry, Olivier. Says, hello, guys, and bonjour. Sarah Campbell says, evening, Sarah. Hope you had a good weekend. And Jonesy's Cram, which we found out is marked backwards, says, thanks for a great race at well run and all without a PA.
Thank you very much. We tried our best. That's quite challenging, to be fair, to do that. It was a bit daunting going into the weekend, knowing that we needed to do that and try and organise whatever it was, 65, 70 people without being able to actually sort of tell them what's going on with the PA. But I think it went as well as we could do, really. Some ideas moving forward as well, which will be good, make it a little bit more automated and stuff like that. So I was super happy with all of that. Just the marshalling, that was a bugbear. But we'll come to that a bit later on, and we'll come up with some plans to make that better. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody in that field, they knows that they should do their race on marshals, so we shouldn't be having to try and find marshals, which we were quite a lot of the time. So we'll come up with a plan for that. We'll do relief marshalling or something. That'll fix it.
That
was good.
For anyone kind of watching, wondering what the hell we're on about, we weren't allowed to use the PA this weekend. So it was all done kind of in silence. We're a silent radio disco. And so, yeah.
And a yellow stick.
And a yellow stick. John had a yellow stick walking around, looked like Moses or something. I'm not really into the Bible. Was that Moses?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
What's the Bible?
Well, who knows? But you're walking around with a stick anyway. So well done, Sticky.
I thought that was the X-ray setup book was the Bible, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. RC Bible, right?
Was that's what John Dell told me?
Which is contradicting.
Yeah, exactly.
I've read that setup book, and I'm not quite sure of a lot of it, but there we go.
You're a better than me because I haven't read it.
Well, yeah, I use that term lightly.
So I can see that you've got a slightly different camera angle today. Have we not got a what's in the closet feature?
I've had to move. I'm in my spare room tonight because Liz is studying for exams. So we do have a closet. I brought the closet feature with me.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Excellent. So what is in Leroy's closet?
So, yeah, I pre-planned this time.
Is it Rumble?
It's not Rumble. I heard he was out of the closet. But this is in Leroy's closet today.
That looks good.
Yeah, this is a bit background info on this car. Obviously, to everyone that's just watching, it looks like a Yokomo car. And you're right. And I'll put it down. That's the end of that. No. So this was from the 2015 European Championships. That's how long that car's been out now. So this is an original Yokomo YZ2. And at the 2015 European Championships, I supported the event with the LMR stuff that I used to do and, the trailer and stuff. And Shin obviously came to pit for me because we were trying to win a European Championship. And part of the event, we had a tent with a Sega rally game inside. And everyone paid £1 to go on it all week. And then at the end, the guy with the fastest time won a Shin Adachi built YZ2 with his name signed on the bottom, with an LMR wing with my name signed on the top. It's never been used. It was built to a high standard for someone to win the prize. That weekend, luckily, I was good enough to actually win that Euros, so it made it even more special. And the winner of this car was Neil Craig. So maybe he wanted the car that bad at the end of the week, but he obviously didn't want it that much because a very good friend of ours paid him an amount of money to take it straight off his hands, and the car went home with Leon Morel. So I've got it to do some stuff on it, and so that's Leon's car, which is completely made by Shin, built Shin, signed by myself and Shin at the 2015 Euros, which was at Robin Hood Raceway, which I won.
That's very cool. Very, very cool.
That's my closet feature for the evening.
Well, that's a good one. And that was better than I was anticipating. I was thinking we're going to get a pair of old knickers out or something, not a car that's signed by two important people. So very cool. Very, very cool. So on to the next. I'm
getting the knickers out, Nick.
Excellent. That's after. Well, we're after the watch it anyway, so we could start now, I suppose. Really.
Yeah.
RaceSix is in the books. Been and gone. good race. I think everyone had a good time. What were your thoughts?
So RaceSix, our second one-day event. Obviously, we've been having 2-day events, and
that's true.
was a postponed event because 2 weeks ago the track was underwater, so we couldn't do it. We did. Quite a lot of people did practice on Saturday, just open practice, where they could come to the track and just use it, and then race on Sunday. And I thought it went well. Obviously, it was a bit of a nervous one because we knew we had to be finished by a certain time. Firstly, because of the light, it's going to get darker and darker, and secondly because we had to finish by 6 anyway. So, but yeah, overall, I thought it was a great race. Again, a top quality field. There was some great racing that was had, great qualifying, and yeah, overall great. What do you think?
Yeah, as you said, like on one-day race, obviously our first one dragged on a little bit, so I was a bit nervous of what we were going to, how we were going to do as such. But we finished ahead of schedule this time, which was fantastic. We were all done before 5:30, which gave a nice bit of wiggle room for us. We had some issues with the timing part. For some reason, the stream stopped, and when we were trying to restart that, it just crashed the whole system. So that happened twice, which was a bit of a pain. But past that, I'm really happy with how it went. I think it shows that we can do that format with it's still quite a full day doing the 3 rounds of qualifying and a practice, and then also 20-minute finals for everybody in a 8-heat format as well. So that's pretty much a full event, full one-day event. Maybe some have one more heat, I guess. So it's good to see us being able to do that. More lessons learned, stuff like we were saying about marshals and stuff like that. But yeah, I was really happy with it. I was nervous going into it, but yeah, once we got going, it was fine, I think. So yeah, be the format for the next one, I guess. I was trying to get a poll up on Facebook today to see what people thought about either it being a 2-day meeting or a 1-day meeting. Obviously, with the loss of light from next weekend on, the 1-day meeting gets even harder because we're going to lose another hour and a half of daylight as well, maybe more. So maybe we'll try and get that working at some point and see what people think. It doesn't really make much difference for us. We're there both days. So, yeah. What do you think on the format? I haven't actually asked you.
You know what? I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. The 2-day one feels more of an event. A few more people camp over, and it makes it feel more of an event. But obviously, we're moving in. I mean, it is a club race, and we are moving into winter, where I think the 1-day format's going to work for the time being, and it gives people a chance to turn up late on a Saturday or not turn up at all on a Saturday and still get a good run at it. So we'd like to know what people think. Chuck a comment up and who came to both events and which one you prefer. We'd love to hear your opinions on it.
Yeah, definitely. We asked the question earlier on in one of our Nemo threads that we have, and most people seem to like the 1-day format at this time of the year. But we'd like to get everyone's pick as much as possible. At the end of the day, we're doing the races for everybody, so what everybody thinks is really important. It will guide us on what we do, really. And obviously, once we've got the roof on the place, then that might change a little bit because we can have some lights on and we have to run up into those longer hours and stuff. But we're not quite there yet with that one.
No, not quite yet. Although hopefully soon.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously the race went well. Johnny proved us wrong, or silenced us, or whatever you want to say. Came and TQ'd and won the race. So a very good performance from him. Will in second as well. Yourself third. So I think you've podiumed every race we've done. Is that right so far?
That is true. I've never come second though.
That's what she. God Lord, I've lost my chain of thought for a moment. Yeah, so really good. I mean, obviously Johnny was just my pick as a loser at the last race, so I'm sure that fired him up and fired up some practice sessions that were had on the run up to the race as well. And they maximised all of the knowledge that they've built up over those days. So top job to them. It was a very, very fast final. I thought, the people were just not crashing. That was quick, wasn't it? At the top end of that final, that was fast.
Yeah, the final was pretty mad. Like we started and there was a bit of a 3-car breakaway. It was Johnny, myself, and Will. And I thought, I'm going with Johnny here. He's been fast all day. He's been very impressive, and we were going together. And I just had a small mistake, and Will got by. Man, it was tough from then on. Johnny didn't make a mistake. Absolute expert drive. And Will, he also didn't make a mistake. Will actually he wasn't as fast as Johnny, but he drove perfect for where he was at. I would kind of get to the back of him and maybe sneak past, but then make a small mistake, and he'd be straight there, and he didn't falter. He was on it, make any mistakes. So they both drove great, and it was a good race for Will. It was I came third. It's not the end of the world. It's obviously we always want to win, but ultimately some days some people just drive better than you do. So that was one of the days, and fair play to him.
It's difficult, isn't it? Yeah, very good. It's difficult. You can't. I don't think in our hobby or sport or whatever you want to call it, it's so difficult to keep winning every race. It's so hard.
Yeah,
you need so many things to go right for you, which is what makes it fun, I guess. At the end of the day,
exactly. It doesn't really ever happen. And I was thinking about this earlier, and from my first ever race with running a Gamma car was still under the Infinity brand, obviously. And that's been my only ever failure with one. Yeah, so we broke an outdrive at that race, but since then we've finished every final we've done, and since Montpellier, it's been almost a podium at every race, I think. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Like from a team point of view, if I put my Nemo hat, really strong for us. We had 4 cars in the race again in the main final. Unfortunately, a bit of bad luck for Kev. I think the Marshall cut his engine, but getting our elbows out and having multiple crashes, and we all sort of flag at the end. So very cool from a product point of view. We also had some guys running the cars and stuff this weekend. We seem to be getting quite a and joining in what we've got going on. And then some just easy standout performances like Ben Simpson and Alfie Ross. They're just absolutely coming of age. Every week they get faster and faster. So it's really cool to watch. I love that side. As Nemo, we've tried all the way through as well. Ollie Curry, Jack Emblin, they've all been with us at points, but internal threads today. The current crop of juniors that we have at their end.
So your stream there was very juddery, but I think everyone kind of got the gist. Where we're loving seeing all the juniors come through, and we've got a lot of good talented guys on our branch of products, but also around the UK there's a lot of good guys that are coming through. So the Ben Simpsons and the Alfie Rosses and stuff did awesome at the weekend. Ben, who didn't have a qualifying up to what he's shown us in the last few months, but he really smashed it out of the park when it came to finals.
Yeah,
I mean, he went.
Yeah, definitely. Resulting in the B final, getting into the B final again on a stacked field is incredible to watch.
Yeah, it was just awesome. He went from the E to the E. I think it was the E to the B, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. It was a lot of running.
It was a lot of running. He definitely got his money's worth. So well done, Tim. You're being the tight northerner that you are. You definitely got your money's worth. I mean, you made him brake twice just so you could get him some track time. But
yeah, exactly. And now your engine's running as well.
Yeah, there we go. So perfect. So
I tell you what, another person that at times we've said was an underperformer. I thought Jamie Clancy was good this weekend. He was very fast on the track. Every time I had the opportunities to watch his car, he looked quick. Obviously, straight into the main final and finished 4th, I think, as well. So I thought that was a good effort, good comeback as well.
It was very good, and everyone that has been a loser, and apart from Will hasn't been a loser, but people that have been chosen losers came back, put the time in, and they're going to be, maybe in that winner's circle. So we should do winners and losers.
We should do winners and losers. Have you been giving it some thought?
No.
Well, I think you should start because that's more fun if you put you on the spot. Who?
Okay, so if I start, I mean, we're not allowed to pick the same one, and I'm sure you want to pick Johnny, but I'm going to take him
as a winner?
as a winner. Johnny is my winner.
Okay.
Purely because he got labelled a loser and he didn't back away. He took that upon himself to go and put the time in, and that's the main thing. He came, he'd done practice days, he's done, I don't know, 2 or 3 at least, I think. So he came, he put the practice days in, he set out his stall, he went to win and prove a point, and he did exactly that. And it's the type of thing that I try and do whenever I have a bad race or I don't do very well. That's when the chips are down, and that's when I go out there and do the time and put all the effort in you possibly can to make the next race as good as it can be. So props to him for that, and the family, obviously, because they're behind him on that. So well done.
Yep.
Loser. Now that's a tough one because that's what I haven't thought about, because the other one was quite easy. The winner one was quite easy for me. So the loser. Callum.
Interesting. Okay.
And that is only because, again, with a lot of my losers, he's set a very high bar at Westmill and stuff. He's been super fast. Obviously, he just joined S-Works and he had a super good race at Hearts last week. And he was fast. And he's not a loser because he didn't, maybe he didn't drive very well, but he had a bit of a tough qualifying, was in the B. He got to the main, but I don't think he ever really featured in it. And the fact that I can't remember him featuring in that main, I don't even know where he finished. Where did he finish?
I think he might have had. I think something might have gone wrong.
Right.
But I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to try and get up now.
And I love the guy. I think Callum's awesome. A really nice kid. And he's not really a loser in my jurisdiction. I just think that he should be battling with myself, Skidmore, and Mr. Lewis Jones and Clancy. He should be up there with us guys. So I'm sure next round he will be. He's gonna take my words and make me kick my ass. So.
Definitely, he finished 9th. Callum is one of those guys that, for me, see, I watch a lot of these chaps. He's always very entertaining to watch because he has that style that's very rewarding to spend a couple of minutes trackside and watching it go around. My experience, I think my style was like that once upon a time as well. That's either very rewarding or not very rewarding, depending on how the day goes. It's a high risk style, I guess. When you get it right, Elliot's a bit like that for me as well. You know, when Elliot's on it, his style is so just like, wow, you stand there and you can't believe what you're watching. But equally, not so much now for Elliot because he's always there, but on his run through, if a day wasn't going well, it could be a sort of a nowhere score. And Callum for me is a little bit like that. He's either absolutely incredible or just a tick off. But he's done very little time at our track in comparison to everybody else. So I'm sure it would be another Johnny scenario if he gets down and does some more practice. I've no doubt he'll be up there chasing you guys around as well. And like you say, typical kid, another ex-Nemo guy as well. Spent a lot of time with Callum's and still a supporter as well. And he runs our fuel too, so happy days.
I mean, he's going to come back swinging 1,000,000%. But I tell you what, I'm putting him in that loser category to make him come out and kick our asses. So I look forward to fighting with him next round.
Just make sure you hold up the can of Piranha very high when you do so.
Up there. So high. Go. Your turn.
Blimey. So my winner is, well, I've got 2 winners, but I can only have 1. I'm going to go with Eric Lakey as my winner.
Oh.
Because finishing as a second junior and being in a B final, I think is absolutely incredible because they haven't done that much time with us. They're obviously very, very young too. They're Westmill guys, really, rather than anywhere else. And I was absolutely amazed to see, watching him go around. I had to check that his dad hadn't nicked the controller or something. It was just brilliant. So I think he's got to be my winner. Yeah, definitely. Absolute standout. my other winner would have been Ben Simpson, but it was too easy a choice to do that. And everybody just go, "Oh, boo, that's boring. It's another Nemo driver." So Eric is my winner for RaceSix, and well deserved, I think. What do you think?
Amazing. I didn't actually realise that happened. I didn't actually get to watch the B.
Yeah.
Again, I was putting myself under pressure to get my car ready because I would pit for guys in the earlier heats and then realise I've still got to do my car. So I put myself under pressure and didn't see much of the B final. But the fact he was there is awesome. They've been doing a lot of work. You know, they go to the track quite a lot, and it's also great to see another youngster doing so well.
He finished. He finished 14th overall.
Wow, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so he was behind for the bump. He was behind Barton, Ruben Shakespeare, Dave Gibson, and then it was himself. And he was in front of Jamie Lee, obviously Ben, Dan Hayden Ball. So yeah, very, very interesting to see that. That definitely shows to me that he's another junior to watch. And we'll be trying to get our checkbook out for him, I think, because that looks pretty good to me. Yeah. So he was my winner. My loser. That
always a tough one.
Really I know it is a tough one.
Because everyone's going to hate you for a couple of weeks.
Well, I know. It gets all pissy, and we're still on the makeup. Still on the makeup with Johnny. You know, we've gone through that. We've had the argument stage, and I sent him a little rose, and he marshalled my car for me when I was practicing on the Saturday, and you know, we're in that makeup process. Although if you say it's fixed and we have to restart a race again, I might throw you off the rostrum because I definitely don't want to be having to do restarts because the computers fail. But that aside, I feel like there was really no losers. I don't know. I can't be on the fence. I know because I've said to you before, you've got to pick one. Can I pick myself? Is that in the rules?
No, that's definitely not in the rules because that's not happening.
But it should be because I think I had the best race car I've ever had in 20 whatever years of racing 8th scale off road. My car was absolutely outrageous all weekend, and I drove poo. To be fair, you know, I could do a lap time, but I couldn't stick together. So
I'm not.
If I was you, I would have picked me.
Still not picking yourself. It's only because you used my body shell. It was outrageous anyway.
It was, and there's a Nemo or LMR body shell coming very soon that's going to look just like what was on my car.
Yeah.
Okay. Who can I pick? Who can I upset? Who do I want to have a fight with?
Just be nice about it, and then we're all okay.
Well, our definition of loser isn't that we don't like you. It's not a loser as in you're a loser. It's in we have high expectations of you, and that didn't quite get met. I guess that's the key there, isn't it? Well, we're trying to establish or not to have World War IV. We've had World War III. We don't want World War IV.
If it's me, I think it's a compliment because if you're on the loser thing, it means you're on the radar and you're already good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm looking down my list now here, and I mean, I could pick Dave Gibson because he looks like a Wookiee at the moment. His haircut that's losing for me. And I crashed near him as well, which was also a lose. I think I lost about half a lap. But I like him when he's on.
I think John stopped again. John's literally paused. Are you back?
I'm back. I think I'm back. That was the Wookiee using his voodoo powers.
Is that you getting out of picking a loser just by going?
Yeah, I just stopped the stream. Well, it's like me stopping the race to do a restart when you weren't doing very well, which I think you were doing very well at that time anyway. But anyway, that's an irrelevance. Blimey, I've gone a long way down the list, and no one's looking like a loser. Well, everyone kind of finished where I'd have thought they probably would.
I tell you what, pick Richard Gasson because he wasn't there.
Richard Gasson is our loser because he didn't message to say he wasn't coming.
There you go. Although, was he a carry-on over and he didn't realise? Or
possibly, but Rich is a fairly astute, switched-on guy, so I'm pretty sure that he'd have realised that he'd paid his entry fee and was coming for a race. That is a cop-out as well because he didn't even actually turn a wheel. I'm scrolling. I'm flicking furiously. That sounds wrong as well, doesn't it?
Hey, that's a good night for her.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Dylan did well as well. Sorry, I know that's digressing again, but Dylan did well. P6 with his S Works. Good effort.
Yeah, very good. He's just said evening on the old stream as well.
I didn't see that, but that's good timing. Keep his dad happy.
So
I don't want him shouting up at me.
Great weekend.
What about... God, I'm going to do it because I know I can get away with it because I love him. I'm going to pick Rich Barton because
I thought you were going to pick Kev again.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kev, poor old Kev, he shouldn't... He didn't finish again. No, I'm going to go with Barton. Barton shouldn't be 11th. He should be in the main final, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, Rich, come and do some more practice because it means I'll get a coffee and then I'll tell you that you're absolutely not a loser and I love you. So that's it. Rich is my loser.
I told you not to use that new car, Rich. You should have used your old one.
Here we go.
I'm pretty sure Rich does not watch this.
I'm pretty sure that he might possibly sometimes. And to be fair to Rich, in true Mr. Barton style, I don't think he had his old car because he was lending it out to some new people to come and do some racing as well. So I think we ended up having another 2 or 3 people at our race because of Rich, because he was loaning out older Gammas and old AEs and all the bits and pieces he'd got, which is cool. I love seeing that sort of stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Whew, God, that was a tough.
I put you under pressure there, man. I put you under pressure.
Did I was even starting to get a bead of sweat on.
One thing I never really understood with Shin's car is why he had a pretty curious-looking thing on the front of his body shell.
What's that? An LMR sticker?
Looks like a vagina.
Put it back again. I missed it. It does look like a vagina on the front of his body shell.
Yeah, at the very wrong time of the month as well. Oh, yeah, we're past 9 o'clock. Welcome, everyone.
Yes, exactly. There must be some significance to having a vagina on the front of your body shell.
I've asked many times, and there's no, doesn't make sense.
There's nothing.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It is what it is.
Okay, that's fair enough. What's next? We've got no new products to announce, apart from the body shell that's on the way, but we haven't actually got that, so we can't really announce it.
No, nothing majorly new. We got a big restock coming this week, haven't we?
We have indeed. A lot of cars coming in and parts, all that sort of good stuff.
Yep. Which is good. Being sold out of most things has been
challenging,
cool, but we do need more. Yeah, nothing crazily new. What racing we got this weekend coming?
Well, that's a good question because my next little note here is weekend plans, and I don't know what the weekend plans are because
I know South Coast have a race.
Okay.
If anyone can tell us on the side what races they're going to and what races they know of. I know the week after is busier. That's like Hearts and Brookthorpe have races on. And we're expecting our next race to be
the 8th of November, so 3 weeks' time. We'd have ordinarily gone with 2 weeks, but Westmill have decided to do a change up on their dates, which would mean we'd clash if we keep doing our normal way. So we'll work around that and go the following weekend, which is fine. If we can get some suggestions down the side, that would be good. Of what's on? I actually don't know what's on, but I'm so preoccupied with our own stuff, I'm a bit behind on what's going on elsewhere.
Yes. I know there was some temp scale stuff on this weekend. We had a few guys that were racing temp scale. CJ was on his way to do temp scale, but unfortunately a deer jumped out in front of his car.
Oh dear.
Which wasn't good. But there was a few temp scale racing. We had Matt Thompson at Worksop. He got on the podium in four-wheel drive, which is awesome. And was getting a podium in two-wheel drive until a couple of mistakes put him to the back. And yeah, that was that. But he also did very well to make 2A mains at Worksop with his Yokomo car. So well done, Matt.
Yeah, very good. How did that race go? I'd actually forgotten that was on. Did it go?
So it went okay as far as I'm aware.
Yep.
It was quite strict on what people were allowed to do. You had temperature checks on the way in, which is obviously fine. It's COVID measures now, and I think it went okay as far as I know. I know there was a race at Endor which had a bit of controversy. I don't know if you knew about that.
I did not know about that.
No, so there was a few guys that travelled who were in a tier 3 area, But I think the general consensus, they travelled before it was a tier 3, so it's crap, isn't it? You travel, you're allowed to travel. When you've got somewhere, do you go home again because they've said you're not allowed to travel? You've already travelled. I don't understand how it works.
I don't, and I thought that sporting events were exempt from that under the MSA umbrella as well.
Even all the travel? I don't know.
Well, that obviously changed this week, didn't it? So, like you said, this weekend. So I'm not 100% whether that was clarified for sporting events as well. But the whole thing of us being able to do all the things we've been doing is because we come under that umbrella of sporting events. And I hadn't personally seen any change to sporting event criteria.
Yeah, we'll need to check. There's someone on the side has put up. It wasn't tier 3 when they travelled. They were turned away Saturday after they'd already practiced.
Wow.
I mean, at that point, if you're getting it, you're getting it, isn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, when you have a soup of message and rules, I think it makes it almost impossible for everybody that is trying to do the best job in times that are completely unprecedented in our lifetime. They're difficult calls for me. I would much rather that we had some clear-cut rules to follow that was the same everywhere. I realise why they're trying to do what they're doing, but I just think it is going to create anarchy at some point because people are going to get relatively pissed off with not being able to do things while their mates down the road 30 miles that don't fall under that category can carry on doing what they would like to do, in essence. So I see it as very largely unmanageable for me.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, there's the person that's talking aside, Chewy Gaming. I'm not quite sure who you are, Chewy Gaming, so don't say bad things because I don't know who you are. It certainly caused a lot of friction amongst the Northern Nitro lads, me being one of them. There were threats of license suspensions.
Wow, there we go.
It's I don't know. It's what world we live in, eh? What world we live in.
It is. What a world we live in.
So we'll move on quickly from that because that just depresses us all.
Yes.
So, that's the weekend. No one's told us what they're doing yet. He says Joe Chu is his name. It's all good. So thanks, Joe Chu, for tuning in, and thank you for the info as well. It's, I'm glad we could kind of semi-report on it, but also, we're on the fence about it, really. That's what I am.
Yeah, yes, it's very, very difficult stuff. I feel that we've had so much attention on our races, and we've had to deal with the government authorities at all different levels. And actually, this weekend, apart from we were having noise tests done about a mile away from us, but apart from that, we were completely left alone, which felt absolutely wonderful after the last race where we'd had all the various visits and COVID police down and everything else. So they were happy with what they saw when they came down, and equally they knew we had a race on this weekend and didn't feel the need to come down. So yeah, it was nice to have a mini respite from that. So it's a shame to then hear of another club having some issues on the grey lines, or I don't even know how to think about it really. It's hard. We all just hope that we can be sensible so that we can carry on all racing our cars, because that's what we want to kind of do, really. I think in the environments that we're setting, and when you're outdoor and you're masked in all areas and all of the precautions that we're all trying to do to make it work, I would hope that there was a big sensible pill to allow us to keep doing that. But who are we at the end of the day?
Yep, who are we? Everyone try and do what we're supposed to do. Hopefully, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that means marshalling after your run.
Yeah, that's the basics too. I mean, finish your race, put your car down, go that way to the track.
It's not hard. It's really not hard. We shouldn't need a PA to be reminding you to go and marshal. That's poo.
We're gonna have to get to. I know you were talking about relief marshalling and stuff, but certain other races, I mean, like the MKGP did it, where you weren't allowed to leave. So you raced, and you weren't allowed to disappear. You know, you were held in an area.
Yeah,
but
to
the problem
stay.
it takes another person on our side
To do
to
it.
do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. It just gets harder and harder to run the races, and you end up having to employ people to do it, which is fine. But then obviously that has costs, and the costs mount, you know, very, very quickly when you've got all of those people required and toilets and everything else that goes in. You know, people don't want to pay an extra £1 or £2 on their entry because that's someone taking advantage, apparently. So it's very, very difficult. I think we didn't do relief marshalling to start with because of the COVID times, and we just felt it was best to make sure that people were separated and everything else. But I think with the subsequent rules of having to wear a face mask all the time in all areas, it probably negates a little bit of that. And we're not doing a changeover of high vis or a changeover of gloves or anything else like that.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally get within 5 meters and wave at the guy and go. So I think that will definitely be something that we put in for our next race of relief marshalling. If it's unfortunate that, you know, you have to do 2 stints, then it's 2 stints. I'd much rather that than us being behind schedule and running around trying to find marshals and then not having a PA to be able to say get on your points and all that sort of stuff. It will stop all of that. So I think we should definitely implement that for our next race. In fact, let's do that. We'll do relief marshalling again.
Yep, it's done. It's done now. I did 2 stints most of the time anyway, and I think you did about 4. So
exactly. Yes, exactly. Well, I had a couple of messages today from some guys who are like, oh, you know, marshalling and all the rest of it. And yeah, so we need to do something. We take the feedback in, and we shouldn't need to do it because, as I said, you know, it's nothing new to us. You race, you go and marshal. It's super, super simple. And it's the same after your finals. If you don't bump up, you know, we're doing 2 bumps and 10-car finals. So that meant we should have had 8 marshals for all of those finals, and we have 7 points. So, or 7 active points, and then we have an 8th if needed. So that should have never have been an issue. So we'll fix that. We'll take it on board. We'll fix it.
Yep, exactly.
Did we have any questions from the side in that medley?
There's not much going. There's not a massive amount going on. A few people were talking about the tier 3, tier 2 thing. I'm probably not going to bring it up because it still seems like it's not quite sorted on there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it really. Take away fastest time if not marshalling. But the problem is that's great, but a lot of the, you know, no offense to anyone, but sometimes we don't know who everyone is. And because everyone's not stood in their numbers half the time because they're filling spots and, you know, making it quick and easy, we can't tell who's missing, especially during finals. And then who cares?
Yeah.
You know, if you take away fastest time at the final, who cares? You know, we're not scoring anything for a national championship. They could just leave and no one would know. So,
no.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but I think just relief marshalling, like you say, is going to be our easiest way to have marshals on track at all times.
Yeah, definitely. I've just seen one from Johnny saying, don't take it to heart on the, did we fix it? It was only a light-hearted joke. Johnny, I'm 42. I don't take it to heart, mate. So don't worry. We're all good. Scroll on.
Chris James says, did the noise test validate the information I sent through?
I haven't seen them yet. I guess probably if prior experience is going to go by Wednesday or Thursday, will be when I hear what the findings were for that. Very kindly, compliments of Mr. Brunston, Kev, and Mr. Talbertini. We actually had our own noise meter at the event as well and took our own readings and video and stuff as well. So we've got something else to go back with, which is time and date stamped too. But I'm sure it's going to be fine.
That's good. So yeah, what else we got?
Can I conclude? Well, something else was winning, and that was me this evening, because I managed to find nearly wine bottle-sized desperados. Now I know I've been drinking wine, so I know I look like an absolute pisshead, and I'm not. Well, marginally. That is impressive. I was literally, I nearly did a skip in the shop to find Desperado bottles that big. Finally, Hazelwood spec Desperado bottles. So we could build another track now, Leroy, because we've found the amber nectar that's required.
That's it, or the Bandito.
Or the Bandito. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Lidl will start doing the copy.
The big ones. Yeah,
exactly.
Sorry. No, I'm glad you're happy with that. I finished my beers.
I was. Oh, good God. Where's the next one? You need a beer assistant.
Right, exactly.
I mean, like Gas Monkey and all the cool programs have got beer assistants. Where's ours?
Yeah, well, a few more views and I reckon we'll get it.
Okay, maybe like 5 plus my mum, and we can hire a beer assistant.
Yeah, come on, Ange, get online.
That's it. Come on, Eggy. She was trying to get on this stream the other day, actually. So she might be live and watching. She might be one of the viewers, which is worrying.
Oh well, please comment if you are.
That possibly might be a stretch too far. I love her to pieces, but I don't think she's going to be doing any comments on YouTube just yet. That's next week. We're going to have the training.
I'll teach her next week.
Yeah, exactly. Good Lord. What else?
Hold on. There's one comment that's popped up. Says Tony of Doka says tut tut. This could open a can of worms. I don't know what it is.
What's the can? Come on,
well,
Tone.
Who knows? Tone.
Well, we've got 12 minutes on our self-imposed time scale, really. So.
Yeah, and if Tone's saying something, it can go one or two ways.
I think maybe we did something wrong.
Maybe. Who knows?
Ivan Bingham, Gas Monkey. Well, Gas Monkey's cool. Everybody likes Gas Monkey.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a quiet one tonight, isn't it? No rumbles and no mumbles.
What we could have done, we could have lined up somebody. Really, I just thought I'd have an intimate date with you on a Monday evening and see how it went.
I mean, without rumble, we might get off before 11, so that's good.
We'll be half an hour shorter, but probably less wise.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I tell you what, he did an absolutely stellar job in race control. I mean, obviously, I needed extensive help from Rumble this weekend to make it work without a PA and stuff, and it was absolutely perfect. There wasn't a minute where we didn't both know what was going on. So, top work, mate, if you're watching. Thank you very much again. Very important part of what we're doing with the racing. It'd be very difficult to do it without him, that's for sure.
Yes. Chewy says, is there a race 7 and when is it? Yes, Chewy, there is. And it looks like it's going to be on the 8th of November.
Yes, 8th of November. We'll get it live by tomorrow. And we hope to see lots of familiar faces and also some new ones there. It's really cool to see some new guys. We actually had a lot of new guys at this race, which maybe the one-day format brought those guys in as well, that perhaps not wanted to commit to in the 2 days. So that was super cool. We want to try and welcome as many people to the track, and we're putting in a lot of effort to try and make it one of the best places to come to. Lots more effort going to be put in as well in the future. So it's cool to see that rewarded by you guys supporting it, because without people coming, we can't do it. It's as simple as that.
Yes, yeah, 100%. And I had something to say and I completely forgot.
Just pack it out with another because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I didn't see Scott or Trev Follington this weekend, which is always sad because they're always nice to chat to.
That is a disappointing moment. Yeah, one of my favourite families, absolutely, for sure. I guess there was one race we didn't mention, and we did super, super well at it as well, is it the 1066 whip?
Yes.
And I believe we won it.
Did we?
Yes. I think our lass won it. And
really?
I think so. Let me, somewhere I've got hang on one sec, because that's absolutely remiss of us. So that's my fault. What do I need to do on this thing? There we go. Let's go over there. Because I personally, have you done one of those? I actually haven't done one of the winter whips, but it's supposed to be very, very good, isn't it?
I've never done one.
Yeah, so Harley won.
Ooh.
Yas was second.
From second, third?
Oh, Steve Brown was third.
Okay.
And we know he's a quick peddler.
Yep.
That's where our missing Richard Gasson was. So Barton, delete it. Richard Gasson, you are our loser. It's official. Richard Gasson was fourth. So that's where he was racing.
Okay.
Scott Follington. It's all coming out in the wash now. Scott Follington was in fifth. Don't worry, we still love you all. Disclaimer.
So who was second?
Nobody was actually disliked in the making of this YouTube live. Who was who?
Second.
Yas.
Yas?
Yeah, the only way is up.
Ah, I didn't hear that. It must have skipped.
Yeah, the Yas was second, so we had a yoke one too.
Yoke 1,
Boom,
2, possibly
dominating.
4 if Gasson's still using it, or he's probably using something else.
Yeah, he's probably on a Fisher Price or something, isn't he?
And was Stuart Cartwright there? Have you got all the results?
Scott Follington 5th, Oliver Natris 6th, Chris Smith 7th, Max McDonald 8th, Stu Cartwright 9th, and Richard Baker did not start.
There you go. So Stu, also a Yokomo driver.
Very, very good.
Yep.
That's impressive by Harley, isn't it? That I think, obviously she's of touring car fame. I don't know what is going on in touring car with COVID stuff and what race has been going on. I don't catch up with that stuff.
I did before COVID.
no, true, same. God, that sounds bitchy, doesn't it? Yokomo do a very good on-road car, I believe.
Yes, yeah, they did. Yep. I think they're
probably not as good as the automatics. I'd have one of them if I was racing. Sorry, Yokomo, but
yeah, they're a pretty cool car, I must admit.
They do look cool. Anything that's designed by a rocket engineer or whatever the actual story is behind it, that's got a big tick, isn't it? Really.
I know, right? Clever guy.
I remember when I didn't even know anything about it, and you said to me, "Oh, this car's like what?"
Yeah.
And I looked
Where's
at one
the shocks?
like, what?
The shocks are on there. They're there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's what RC racing should be about. Stuff that makes you go, "Wow, that's cool." It makes you want to go and buy it.
Exactly.
So anyway, that was the Winter Whip result. So sorry that we missed that earlier on. Very cool, very cool.
Yep.
We digress. Did Tony come back to us other than a tut? No.
No, that's all we got out of Tony.
He's going to keep us hanging. That must mean it's something that we've done wrong this time, which is disappointing.
Who knows? But that was writing an essay, or he's just going, I'll tell you what, and then we'll never know anyway.
I thought you were going to break into a song then.
Good off. Hey, have you got an Alexa?
No. What? Why would I have an Alexa?
Well, I know, but I thought there might be one in the place where you are, your current abode.
No.
Shout something out, but
no. What were you going to shout out?
So you can make Alexa fart. So you can say Alexa fart, and it'll fart. And you can say Alexa do a wet fart, and it'll do a wet fart.
But you could just say John do a fart, or John do a wet fart. And I can do that for you.
But can you do reggae farts? Because
that might be a fart too far.
Eventually, it moves into reggae music farting.
When I do a reggae fart, it normally requires a change of pants as well, and I'm just not feeling that on a Monday.
Yeah, I think that moves on from a fart to a shart.
Exactly, and we all know those. We don't want one of those. That's for sure.
And how have we got to this stage from talking about RC cars?
Because it's Nemo, and we don't take ourselves too seriously, I don't think.
No.
Right. So what else have we got? Come on. There was the last couple of comments, and then we'll bugger off, and everyone can go to bed happy.
Yeah. So there's not much on my side. Chewy Gaming is trying to do my job. He's saying we've only got 6 likes. Get that thumbs up clicked, people. So thank you very much for doing my job there.
Thank you.
Give us that thumbs up. There's only 5 on my thing that say thumbs up, so maybe one took it off. Who knows? Yeah, give us a thumbs up. That is 6 now. Come on, make it 7 and make me happy.
Make it rain, boys. Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Davey Rolls. There we go. Question for both of you. Most exciting or proud moment in your RC career? Leroy.
My first European Championship.
Did you win it?
That's what I mean. The first one I won, sorry.
Oh, not the first one you attended?
No, not the first one I attended. I did not win that one. Yeah, the first one I won just because I... you know what? It sounds horrible. Not horrible. It sounds stupid. I really...
Did you ever... Can I interrupt you? Did you ever consider a career with like Vidal Sassoon or one of those guys? Because when he did that hair flick there...
Thanks. Because it's getting too long. Look, it's getting out of control right now. But COVID hairdressers are hard to find, you know. So...
Are you having a fit? It looked like you're having a fit on my screen. There was arms and hair going everywhere.
So I'm moving back to the question at hand here.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, a World Championship was never really massively on my radar. A European Championship was what I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's just the one I wanted to win really badly. and I won that one. And then obviously once I won that one, I set my sights on a Worlds, which I haven't achieved just yet. But yeah, that was a big thing for me, and it came at a time in my life where my life was changing, with not only families and stuff, but yeah, I mean, it was all family. My dad getting cancer and stuff like that. So it was a big time in my life to make something happen, and I did it and made it happen. It was also a transition year for me. I'd been with Team Associated for 10 years, and I made the switch that year to basically step out from under the shadow of Mr. Neil Cragg, good friend of mine, Mr. Neil Cragg. But obviously with Neil around, it was always hard to be that number one guy. So I switched teams against advices and stuff, and went to Tampa at the time and set my sights on winning everything I could. And that year won both European Championships. So that's my proudest moment. I took a bold move, made something happen, got some really bad news in the year, pushed harder, and achieved what I wanted to achieve.
That's a very cool story.
You?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, really. Proudest moment of RC career. I think starting Nemo. I think that would be my proudest moment. I know it's not a race, but there was a pivotal moment in 2010 where my professional career was coming to an end. I couldn't really cut it anymore at a level that I felt like I wanted to be at. And my other business was going really well, and it was demanding quite a lot more time, and really I should have been looking after that. And so it was either stop or find a reason to go racing that was less, not selfish, but selfish, really. Rather than leaving, the main business at the weekends, it was to find a purpose for being there other than for myself. So I'm going to go with that. Starting Nemo was my proudest moment, I think, retrospectively. 10 years on. This is our 10 years anniversary of Nemo. And yeah, it's been a fun ride all the way, and I think the next 10 years is going to be even better. So that's my proudest.
2010 was a very pivotal year for both of us.
It was. The planets were aligning somewhere.
They were. And that actually kickstarted my RC career, because that year, winning them 2 European Championships got me the contracts I needed to be a professional next year. So
yeah, I'm sure that helped out. I think going and winning Euros tends to be a fairly good thing when you want to
go. I think it was slightly rain affected, but I think I'm still the only guy to win every round and the first 2 legs of the final at Euros, so never beaten in that whole week. So that was good.
I like it. That sounds good, and a good life lesson for a lot of these juniors that are coming through and stuff all over the world. If you want to do it for a profession, go and win some Euros races first, and then you'll find it a bit easier to do it as a career. I think there's a lot of guys out there that think they're going to be doing this for a career where it's so small at that very, very top level. It takes a lot of dedication, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's mad. And I tell how easy it is to get sponsored these days, and I tell a lot of the people that I talk to about this. When I first got my first European podium, 2006, I bought the car I finished 3rd with at Euros.
Can you imagine now?
Oh, mate, you get a factory deal now if you finish 3rd in the D final at club race. Mad. But there we go. Just a bit of realism sometimes.
Different times. Nobby has asked me, Johnny, at your age, do you get dry dreams and wet farts? Yes, both of those, Nobby. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Sundays, normally. It's fairly regular.
Alexa has copied one of the sounds.
Yes, exactly. I actually did it. So I get royalties from those. So if everybody could ask Alexa or Alexia, what is it? I'm not.
Alexa. Everyone that's got an Alexa is now asking it to fart. So
good. Well, there's going to be 50 people that are having lots of fun with fart noises. And on that bombshell, it's got to be time to end, as it's 9:30.
On that bombshell. And Chewy, thanks for giving us the thumbs up, because we've got 13 thumbs up now, so we're moving into the big leagues.
Well, we need Chewy on more often. Perhaps we should I don't know who Chewy is, but perhaps we should risk it and next week get him on the stream and find out
let's get him on there. He told us his name. It was Chew or something. Joe Chew. There you go.
Joe, if you fancy it, drop us a line at Nemo Racing, and we'll tell you how to get online with us next. When are we doing the next one? Is it next Monday? Yeah, I suppose it's probably going to be next Monday, isn't it?
Every Monday, 8:30. That's our thing now.
We got a thumbs up. Good. Did we get anywhere with what's actually on this weekend?
No.
As a wrap up? No.
No. All I know is South Coast so far. We'll obviously do a post about what's coming up this weekend, and if anyone wants us to advertise their race, please let us know.
And South Coast is an awesome venue. So if you're watching and you're thinking, you're twiddling your thumbs, I would thoroughly recommend it. Go and get some good. That's got to be the best Astro track in the UK, in my opinion. It's laid beautifully. It's a fun layout. They're cool guys down there. So
yeah, it's nice.
Definitely recommend.
I think that's probably where I'll be ending up this weekend.
There we go.
And they do temp scale there as well.
Oh, really? What, on the same day?
Yep, same day. The last race we did there, the Astro Blast, they did 10th and 8th, same day.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
There we go.
My little James raced in the temp scale.
How did he do?
Well, we finished last, but it's a big old track.
Yeah, that is true. But that's cool. It's cool. Everything has a beginning, mate, doesn't it, at the end of the day?
Yes. Ian Gillespie has come on, RCP fame, and current Gamma driver right now. Ledbury is on.
Okay, cool. I haven't been there for a long time. Good track as well.
Yes. Tony Avdoka, after the tut-tut comment, has come back and said, PA suggestion. Lots of small speakers scattered everywhere. Only requires very low volume instead of allowed 2 or 3.
Can I tell you, Tone, we've got something that's coming that's going to be even better than that, I hope. And that is going to be a FM broadcast that we're going to do. And if you've ever been anywhere like the Goodwood Festival of Speed or stuff like that, we're going to have some earpieces that you can click on and you'll be able to hear the commentary and exactly what's going on, or tune your radio. Handout radios as well is something that we're looking at, so you can hang it up in your tent and then return it at the end of the day. So there's lots of stuff going on in the background. We won't be not having some way of announcing to people. It's just on a PA and big speakers and stuff like you're intimating there. We've got some restrictions. I think we'll be able to do it for some big races, so it's not like something we're going to have to do every single time, but to be able to do the multiple races that we'd like to do, we've got to get inventive. And I hope that's one of the best things with us at Nemo is we will be inventive. And I think it would be really, really cool to have that broadcast on a radio station. You could listen in the car with what's going on, or probably even tune in on your phone by the time the technologies are worked out. So we're going to have a solution.
Yeah,
it'll be cool.
There'll be no complaining you can't hear the speakers, because it's your own fault if you can't put it next to your head.
Exactly. And failing that, we're going to send Tawatini over to the States, and he's going to nick the Trumbotron or whatever it's called out of the big football field, so we can just put it in the middle of the track so everyone can see what's going on. We'll find a solution.
There we go. And on that bombshell, Northwest Nitro is also on this weekend, just throwing that in there. And on that bombshell,
what have you got to do? You've got to
subscribe, you've got to like, you've got to share, and you've got to tell all your friends to join us on a Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Pour a glass with Lee and John and enjoy your RC hangover with us.
Exactly. Until next time, it's been fun. Cheers, Leroy. Cheers, everybody.
Everyone go over to Nemo Racing and like our page, and we can keep you updated on everything that's happening this weekend, the next, and all the products and awesome products that we're going to send out to you.
Boom. Good ending. Happy ending. We all like a happy ending.
Every day.
See you soon, buddy.